Hey, how's everyone doing? Today, I'm going to be showing you how to complete the two different classified Easter eggs solo. I do not recommend doing these Easter eggs co-op at all, and you'll see why in a minute. Before we start, I'm going to be breaking this down into two parts. The first part is the Project Scatty Easter egg, which is the Easter egg that allows you to get the winner's Howl. And the second part is going to be the map's main quest, which is literally getting to round 150. I'm going to be doing this simply because Project Scatty has been deemed the map's main quest by the zombies community, but for those hardcore fans out there that want an actual cutscene, I thought I'd show you a high round strategy to get the ending cutscene for the map. So let's get started. First, let's talk about a class setup. For Project Scatty, it doesn't matter what you bring at all, but for round 150, here's what you're going to need. The starting weapon should be the Strife, and your lethal absolutely needs to be the Wraithfire. So if you don't have it, level up to whatever level is required for it first. When it comes to your specialist weapon, it has to be the Ragnarok DG4s, and for your perks, you need to have Dying Wish, Victorious Tortoise, Winter's Wail, and Stone Cold Stronghold in your modifier slot. With Stone Cold Stronghold in the modifier slot, you'll have a damage boost, which is going to be needed for the strategy. Elixirs is a tough one because you can use anything that will allow you to recharge your specialist meter and or your Wraithfires. Here's what I used though. Refreshment, Power Keg, Equipment, and Head Drama. I highly suggest bringing in Head Drama because all damage will go straight to the head when activated, but if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. If you don't have any of these elixirs, then don't worry, just bring in Anywhere But Here, Arsenal Accelerator, Equipment, and Stock Option. When it comes to a talisman, bring in Frugal Fetish because it will reduce the cost of a shield, which will be super helpful for this strategy. If you don't have this, you can still do the strategy, but you'll need to watch your points a little closer. One more thing before we dive in, if you plan to do both Project Scatty and round 150 in the same match, the class setup needs to be the same as what I've listed previously, otherwise the strategy won't work or will be a lot harder to do. To start with Project Scatty, step 1 is going to have you turn on power, which is located in the labs here. Step 2 is going to have you find 4 pictures hidden around the map with a 4-digit code written on all of them. The first one can be seen by coming down to the war room and grabbing this key from the key box in front of the perk machine, then come to this desk in the main offices and unlock the desk. A picture of Riese with 4 numbers on the picture will be inside the desk. Keep in mind that the numbers in all the games will be different, so write down whatever numbers you get along with what map they were on. This will be the same for all the pictures that I show you too. The next one can be found by activating all the defcons in a certain order. The second level across from the stairs, the server room, the second level next to the stairs, and the first floor right underneath the previous one. When you do that, use the teleporter to go inside the panic room and interact with this TV. The TV should slide back and reveal a picture of Kino with 4 more numbers on it. Just write those down. Inside this room will be a part to the signal amplifier that allows you to get to Pack-a-Punch, so pick that up because you will need it. The next 2 are going to require Pack-a-Punch to be active, so let me show you how to do that. You're going to need the signal amplifier, and there are 3 parts to it, with 2 of the 3 having 3 possible spawn locations. The third one you should have already picked up a second ago because it will always spawn inside the panic room. One other piece can spawn in the main offices underneath this desk, on top of this desk that's flipped over, and in the corner of this desk next to the perk machine. The final piece is found in the morgue on these bodies, on this chair, or on this table. If you plan on doing this Easter egg in the same game as round 150, build the signal amplifier and central filing. It is super important that you do not build the signal amplifier in weapon testing. When you have the signal amplifier, place it down on the teleporter in the war room and it will move to the center of the map. Go ahead and activate the defcons again and you'll be teleported to Groom Lake when you go through the teleporter. But before you do so, go buy the trench gun off the wall because you're gonna need it. Now you need to Pack-a-Punch both a bullet weapon and the trench gun, then teleport back to the map. The third picture can be found by coming down to the labs and shooting your upgraded trench gun into this giant machine inside the window. This can be tricky, so be patient. When you do this, a picture of Shangri-La will be on your right with 4 more numbers. Write them down. The final picture can be viewed by coming up to the deserted hallway outside of spawn and shooting the nameplates of the 4 portraits in a specific order. 1, 3, 2, 4. This has to be done with an upgraded weapon. That's why I had you upgrade 2 guns, more specifically because the trench gun bounces off the wall. The first nameplate should flip down, revealing the final picture of Numa with 4 more numbers. Once again, write those down. Step 3 will have you come back to the war room and input those 4 codes you got into this screen. You can do this by shooting the numbers and interacting with it when the correct code is displayed, but it has to be done in a certain order. Shino Numa, Riese, Shangri-La, and Kino Toten. When you've input all the codes, go back to Pack-a-Punch and survive here for 3 full rounds. When you do this, a pile of debris to the left of Pack-a-Punch will lift up and a bonfire sail as well as a max ammo will spawn. In the back left corner, a weapon case will be sitting on this box. Just interact with it to open it, then pick up the winner's Howl. Since you picked up the bonfire sail, you'll also be able to Pack-a-Punch it right off rip for 1,000 points. So that's always a bonus too. Now we can actually move on to the round 150 strategy. But let me be very clear, this strategy is the fastest one out there, but it still takes 13 to 14 hours to complete. After around 115 to 120, the rounds start to take 15 to 20 minutes each to complete, so be prepared. The first thing you're going to need to do is build the shield. There are 3 parts with each part having 3 possible spawn locations. The first part can be found in central filing near spawn, leaning on this wall under the window, leaning on these filing cabinets in the middle of the room, or leaning on the wall in between these 2 windows. The second part can be found in the war room underneath the stairs, in the center of the room underneath this railing, or next to these terminals tucked in the corner. The last part can be found in the labs directly to the left of power, outside of weapon testing in front of the teleporter, or in front of this teleporter leaning on the cylindrical containers. When you have all the parts you need, take them to the weapon testing area of the map and build the shield in here. Alright. So basically, the first 50 rounds, you can do whatever you want. If you want to do Project Scatty, then go for it. But if not, then you should train in the war room. These first 50 rounds are going to be spent leveling up your specialist weapon to level 3 because we're going to need its tier 3 ability. Other than that, you need to grind as many points as you can while still buying perks and pack-a-punching as needed. I never start the real strategy until I have about 215,000 points. This is because we will constantly be rebuying a shield, which sucks because the price of a shield goes up as you pay for it, maxing out at 10,000 for a brand new shield and 5,000 to repair it. With Frugal Fetish, the price gets cut in half, but it's still important to get a lot of points in case you go down or end up buying a shield a lot more than you thought you would be. Building points during the strategy will be very hard to do and you'll lose more than you earn in the later rounds. When you're all set up and you're between round 40 and 50, come down to weapon testing and stand on this bloodstain until the ring produced by Stone Cold Stronghold appears. At this point, stand in this corner, standing close enough to the shield so that way when you look over, the prompt to repair it appears. Just pull out your shield and stand there. This is legit the strategy. Shoot with the shield pulled out, and at any time if the shield gets low on health or runs out of ammo, just look over and repair it. This is where you'll be for the next 100 rounds. Anytime you get your Wraithfires, throw them down at your feet, and anytime you get your Ragnaroks, place them down using the tier 3 ability. When you're completely out of both charges, just use any elixir that boosts your damage or gives you more Wraithfires or specialist charges. Upon reaching round 150, the cutscene will automatically start to play. Okay, so let me explain myself. I didn't do this once, not twice, not even 3 times. I did it 4 times. I wanted to be able to say that I've done this at least once in my life, and my first 3 attempts ended in the game crashing. If you're on console, the game is supposedly stable enough to handle it now, but not on PC. The only way I was able to get my game not to crash while doing this was turning on cartoon mode and lowering all my graphics settings to medium or lower. My first game, I crashed on round 119 while paused. My second game, I crashed on round 127. And my third game, I crashed on round 142. For that one, I was pissed because I was so fucking close. It wasn't until my 4th game that I turned down my settings and didn't crash. So since I worked so hard, here's the cutscene, and I won't lie, I got a little too excited. Also, the quality will be bad because of the graphics settings that I had to change.
Let's go. This is what we live for.
We saw it destroyed. Yet here we are.
It's more time travel bullshit, Tech. Just hasn't happened yet. Speaking of BS. How the hell did you get back in your body, Doc?
Does it matter, Dempsey?
I'll tell you what matter. Americans still give Nikolai his vodka. Is that your plan, Nikolai? To give up and drink yourself to oblivion? Or do you want to make a difference for once in your life?
You. Oh, Scheiße.
You four must come with us. In time, it will make sense. But now...
Intruders on the base. Hangar full.
Now we must go, quickly. There is a war to be fought.
War? What kind of war?
A war unlike any you have ever seen. The Great War.
I want to thank all of you for watching. I spent countless hours doing this, so let me know down in the comments if any of you have done this already or are going to attempt this at any point in the future. My next video is going to be the Alpha Omega Easter egg guide, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.